Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In this video, I am talking about the Northern District of Illinois. I had a lot of difficulty working in that district, to say the least. It was so difficult for me that I had to actually submit my application twice. It's never happened to me before, but I had to submit it twice. And so here is basically updated information so that you do not have to go through that. So if you're interested in working in the Northern District of Illinois, please stay tuned. And please note that I am not an attorney. This information is not indicated as legal advice. So what made this so difficult was the notice of the hearing. This district requires a hearing. This judge is a little bit old-fashioned and old school in that every motion and application that's filed with the court needs to have a hearing. And that is his right to do that. As I stated, most districts do not require a hearing. And not even the District of Massachusetts. They only added a hearing because they had a question about my documents. This particular judge didn't have any issue with my documents. He had an issue with the way the hearing form was filled out, and that's their form. I had a lot of problems with that because their information is not all on the instruction site. It's on different areas of the website. And I'm like, I didn't know to look there. Like, why would it be there and why not here? I do believe that they make these difficult on purpose. It really should not be this difficult. And to be honest, now that I went through that process so that you don't have to experience that, I will probably work here again. So as long as I'm able to find someone to help. Their turnaround time is actually not bad. As you can see, here's the order that I received, right? It says on September the 28th, I submitted my application, and here it is on the 18th, I'm getting an order that's been uploaded, right? So I had a hearing yesterday, and it did go through, and that's fine. Now, here's a little tidbit of free information for you. This case is from 2019. I noticed that this client tried to do this on her own, and she was unsuccessful. And I can imagine, because even for me as a paralegal who's seasoned, it still took me a minute to like figure it all out. So hers wasn't completed. And so here I am coming in being a savior and like, hey, I can help you, right? And so that could be an avenue that you may want to do. You could consider that low-hanging fruit to go after people who have already tried and that they were unsuccessful, because then they may be an easier client to catch, because they already know what it is that you're talking about. They are familiar with at least knowing what unclaimed funds is, and you're not having to convince them too much. I think for those, it's just making sure that you realize what their mistake was, knowing how to fix it, and then of course you're negotiating a price, right? So I didn't make a whole bunch from this, but I did learn a wealth of knowledge. I think my takeaway for this is 300. But again, I've learned so much that I'm able to kind of give back to you. So now when you ask me, Spring, I'm in the Northern District of Illinois, and I've had students of mine email me and saying how difficult it was. And I agree with you, it really is. See, I don't want to be one of those types of teachers where you ask me and they're like, I don't know. Like, I don't really have the answer to that. So I'm trying to, again, get random deals and random districts so that I'm able to assist you in it. So if you run across something that's difficult for you for some reason, it's a little bit different processing, let me know. Let me see. I'll see if I can get a deal in that district. And then I can really walk you through with my own example. That's the best way for people to learn. And I'm learning a lot doing that as well. And so my course now has a video under the bonus section titled Northern District of Illinois, and I lay it all out for you. I tell you what I did, what I made a mistake on, and how you are to avoid it. And I'm also giving you my case file so that you can see line by line what you need to do to fill in that hearing notice so that you don't make that mistake. But everything else is the same. Same application that you usually use, same supporting documents. Again, the judge did not have an issue with that at all. It just came down to their form, right? So it seems like they probably should do away with it. I'm sure lots of other people have experienced that working there. Again, because their information is not in one central location on their website, okay? So here's a little bit closer look to the hearing. It looks similar to the other ones that I had in different districts. It says that I filed it in on the 28th, so on and so forth. I submitted the application along with the supporting documents. And then it goes on to say 1095.59 is what's ordered to me. So that was the whole amount. My portion is 300. And then to see the payable, it's made payable to me, made payable to Spring Solutions. And here is my P.O. box, right? So that part is the same. And that is a good thing. And so again, that is a good thing that the money comes directly to me. If it were one of those where you saw in care of and you still had to have a hearing and all these other difficult things, I probably would not want to do it again. But everything is a learning experience, right? And so that's basically it. And here you see the judge's signature, and it's dated on the 18th. So that was my experience working there. Again, I'll still continue to do that. That's really all that I have to say about that. I think it's probably the most difficult district that I've had so far. The second one was Massachusetts. And again, just to reiterate, most districts, you are not going to need a lawyer. Most districts, you are not going to need a hearing. This is just what is required for this district. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for everything. If you are new to my channel, please know that bankruptcy follows the federal code, right? So that means that it's pretty much standard, a little bit more standard than state rules, right? So it's a little bit more uniform than overages for real estate, and it's a little bit more uniform than state funds. That doesn't mean that they're exactly the same, but it does mean that it's a little bit more uniform. So they may file one particular form, but they may have different local interpretations, such as a hearing, such as mailing things a certain way, and that type of thing. And those are the things you are looking for specifically on the website. I probably would have had less difficulty if I would have maybe reached out to someone from the judge's chambers sooner, but I'm a little bit hard-headed and I try to do things on my own. I don't like to ask for people's help. I try to do it on my own first. That's just how I am. But I don't encourage that on you. If you do run into some difficulty, please call me and ask me. I probably will be able to answer it a little bit faster than you could probably reach out to the clerk or the judge's clerk. So that's basically all that I wanted to say. Again, the plus side about working in this district is the turnaround time is actually pretty good. It's not too bad. And the money does go to you, and you don't need a lawyer, right? It's just you got to know how to fill in that document. So again, that's in the course outline. I hope that this is helpful to you so that you can get motivated and keep going. And I'll be back with additional videos if you need, or just maybe send me a comment and let me know what other content you would like. What other state would you like for me to cover? What other information would you like pertaining to this? And I'll be sure to maybe upload something about that. Another thing, I sell cosmetics online, in case you didn't know if you're new to my channel. Three Queens Beauty LLC, lashes, lipsticks, eyeshadows, that type of thing. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, go on to that website, and also my YouTube channel, Three Queens Beauty LLC. The links are listed below. If you're interested in Bankruptcy Unclaimed Funds course, this is the $500 course where the money goes directly to you. It's an actual check, or it could be an electronic funds transfer. Right, so that is to be determined. I'll come back on to additional video to let you know if they're going to send it electronic or not. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.